Please join us in welcoming 2019 champion Gary Woodland to the Media Center. Gary, it's your second time now playing as a champion. Just talk about that feeling and how it differs ever since Pebble.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling to show up with a lot of confidence. Last year was tough. I wasn't physically able to play, and I just wanted to defend. It's pretty special to do that. But this week, I coming in with a lot more confidence. Game's in a lot better spot, and body's in definitely a better spot. So coming to a golf course that we're familiar with, I think I played this tournament more than I played any other tournament on tour. A golf course, that I like a lot. So sets up good to my eye. So I'm excited about this week. Spent 3 days with Butch last week, fine-tuning some things, and I'll be ready to go this week.
Talk a little bit more about your familiarity with this course, but how it's also playing different in June.
Yeah, for me, the golf course, there's a lot of holes that go left to right. So it sets up really good to my eye with driver, which the golf course is long. There's not many, I don't think too many options. I think there's a lot of drivers. You just got to hit it and try to keep the golf ball in play. But it sets up nice for me with the left to right holes. There's a couple holes that do go right to left, but they're shorter, which allows me to hit 3-wood. So from that standpoint, I have a lot of confidence coming in. It'll be different than January just because it's firm. Fairways will get a little shorter just because of that. But driving the golf ball in the fairway is huge this week. If not, try to miss in the fairway bunkers because you can at least advance it.
Right here, Rex.
Did Butch come to South Florida or did you go to Vegas?
I went to Vegas. Spent 3 days with him, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then came over on Sunday.
And as far as being healthy now, I know we talked about this before, but it's just a matter of finding a way out of those patterns that were hurting you.
It is, and that's what Butch said. Usually when I go see Butch, I've been on and off with Butch since 2011. It's literally one thing. He sees it in one swing. Last week, there were 4 things that were off. That's a lot for me, and it was all stuff that I wasn't able to do last year and stuff that I started doing because I was hurt. So that part's a little frustrating. So usually I'm 1 day with Butch. I spent 3 with him, and by Saturday, Thursday he told me I was horrible, and Saturday he told me I was pretty good and had a chance to win this week. So that's what I like about Butch. He keeps it honest. But there's a lot of video that we could go back on. When I saw him right before San Antonio, and I played well in San Antonio, but I still wasn't able to move like I was able to 2 years ago when we were working together. So I'm cleared to work out now. I started working out again 2 weeks ago, which is amazing. So body's feeling a lot better, and definitely with that comes more confidence.
We're going to take one from the WebEx. Can you describe the rough, especially around the greens?
It's brutal. Sunday, I think they've mowed it a little bit since Sunday because Sunday you were losing balls around the greens. But it's tough. We don't usually see rough like that. So that makes driving the golf ball in the fairway even that much more important. I think you almost better sometimes to short side yourself because if you get too long out of that rough, it's so hard to control it. Sometimes you can just chop it out if you're short sided. So I think you'll be a little more aggressive into the greens.
Go ahead.
Gary, there's been some chatter about this. Did the USGA ever approach you about playing with Brooks and Bryson this week? As the past USGA?
No, I wasn't approached by the USGA at all. I think it would have been great. I think the fans, all my friends back home, everybody was talking about it. I think it's good for the game. Brooks didn't play for 2 weeks, and he's all over ESPN, all over the sports news. I think that's good. I would have loved to play. I think the energy in that group would have been amazing. I would have instigated and tried to start fights or whatever I could have done, but I would have loved it. But I think, I think they separate. I think they're on opposite waves, to be honest with you. But I was never approached.
Did you ever hear any of the chatter about how maybe you might be part of that?
I did. Obviously, being the last 3 champions, I'd heard a lot. I saw it on social media. I think it would have been great. The energy would have. Fans want it, right? I mean, that's the big deal. I don't know if the guys want it or not. I haven't talked to either one of them, but I definitely think the fans want it.
All the way on the right, Christy.
Gary, I'm going to lean on your knowledge of Torrey Pines. What do you feel are pivotal holes for you on this golf course for success?
Yeah, I mean, the par 5s are massive because they're just birdie opportunities. But 10, 11, 12, I think is a massive stretch on this golf course. You're coming off, hopefully make birdie on 9, and you're coming to that back 9 stretch. 10, you have to drive the ball in the fairway. It's tough to get it on the green. 11's, the longest par 3 out here, and 12's just a brutal golf hole. So you get to the next, you get to 13, you got a par 5, finishing on 18 with a par 5. So you have some holes after that. But I think 10, 11, 12 would be massive holes this week.
We'll take one more from the WebEx. Is this your most important stretch of competition to be considered for the Ryder Cup team later this year?
There's no doubt for me. I think I would have made the team if we would have had it, before COVID. And then I battled injuries and battled a lot. I dropped way down. So I'm happy with where my game is. I'm happy where the confidence level is. So I don't think I'm too far off where I can play my way back in. I think I can do that, and that starts this week.
We'll go back over here.
GW, you played in a lot of U.S. Opens. What do you think Mike Davis's legacy is going to be?
It's, he's done a lot. He's done a lot of good things for the game. I think the graduated rough is an awesome thing that he's added to the game. Mike Davis has always been super nice to me. He was the first person to congratulate me when I won 2019. He'll be missed, but he's had a massive impact. I think he'll enjoy, though, probably not being crucified so much on some things that he's done, but he's done a lot of good things. I think the graduated rough's a huge deal. You don't think you should be penalized for missing the fairway by a yard, especially when some of us miss it by 10, 15 and get bounces hitting in the fans. I think he did a good job of that.
Thanks so much, Gary. Good luck this week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.